Hi, and welcome back. In the first section, we did the slip knot, and here it is, hanging on our needle, sliding around. So now we're going to do section 2, which is going to be the cast on of our 18 stitches, which will give us the width of our scarf. And then we're going to start our basic knit stitch and knit our scarf. And we're going to knit to the end of our scarf with those stitches. Are you ready to get started? Let's go. All right, now that we have our slip stitch on our needle, we're going to take the next needle and we're going to place it above the knot into the loop. Right there. It'll slide right open. Use your protector finger right there and your thumb and finger to hold it. Now we're going to thread the yarn through our hands to do this. So we go as close to the needle as you can get, around the little finger, pick the pointer finger up, and we're going to loop it clockwise around that needle. When we pull it back to hold the needle, it'll pop right into place. With the pointer finger, we're going to push it down, lean it in, push it up. Now we're going to pull it out a little bit to make it a little bigger loop. And then we're going to dip this needle right down in there and take the right needle out. There we go. There's the first stitch. Let's look at that again. In above the knot, thread it to our fingers, up and around clockwise, pushing it down with your pointer finger. It comes around the bottom of the needle, up on the shaft of the needle. Pull it towards you a little bit to make it large. Pull it out, dip your needle down, slip it back on, pull this needle out. There you go, number 2. Okay. We're going to cast on about 18 stitches, and this will make our scarf about the width that we want it to be. And we're just going to use all of our yarn and knit till we're almost out of yarn, and then we're going to bind off and finish off our scarf. So when we do all these beautiful rows, we're learning to get the tension consistent with our stitches, which makes our scarf look even nicer. Okay, don't quite have 18 yet. Okay, that's about 18. So we'll just go ahead and now we're going to knit just like we've been doing, but this time when we pull our loop through, get it right there, we're going to pull it off. We're going to put it in above the knot, loop it around just like we've been doing, pull it up, and push it off. Insert the needle up, wrap your yarn around, push it down, pull it up. When it's on the shaft, push it off. This is knitting. So let's finish this row. Okay, 1 or 2 more. That's what your protector finger's for, to hold that stitch on so he doesn't get away from you. Okay, curls up like this, that's normal. You're going to take your needle, place it in the other hand, and then straighten your stitches. Put it back in your hand. Thread your yarn, and we start our second row of knitting. Just like we've been doing all along. And when you knit every row, it's called the garter stitch. And that's what our scarf is going to be, a garter stitch scarf. Okay, and we're just about to the end of this row. And we're just going to keep knitting now till we're almost out of yarn, and then we're going to finish off our scarf with a bind off stitch. So let's get going on that. It's going to take a little while, but it's going to be lots of fun. All right, now we've just finished a few rows, but you can see our patterns emerging. This is what it's going to look like on our 18 stitches, but we're going to need to knit almost all of the ball of yarn. So keep knitting until you're almost done. Save yourself about 3.5 feet, and when you're done, we're going to bind off. So I'm going to meet you almost at the finish line. See you in a little bit.